Every time it's the same.
Every time it's the same.
I was thinking 16:1.
When Unico died, Norman,
You were right.
now here he was killed. And Norman went down. He sniffed him all over, tried to get him to get on him, and then he lay down. For 2 months after that, he lay down next to his grave every day. You tell me they don't know what's going on. They do.
Wow. That's
Good. She looks more cheerful today. So, just keep in mind every time you get on her, Rose, that she's not into wrestling. She likes to do her nails and her hair, so you have to ask her nicely all the time. And she has a very strong sense of fairness, so if you ask her, she doesn't want you to assume that she didn't get it. She wants you to assume that she did get it, and she'll give it to you. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So normally we do this a little bit. We have some low, stretchy time.
That's good. That's good. And pardon me, every time she snorts, she's relieving tension. Stroke her, praise her. And the other thing I was thinking about last night, about your lesson, with her, with every horse, but with certain horses even more so, Emma's horse, we must praise the try. Okay? You would never take a child and ask them to write their name when they're first learning how to write their name and not tell them they're doing a good job until it's perfect. All the way along, they're trying and trying and trying. We must keep telling them that they're doing a good job and praise them for it. So every time she gives you the slightest indication that she's trying, you must thank her and praise her. And you'll get twice as much cooperation and learning from her. Yeah. And right away, slow your posting down. You have control of the tempo. Yeah. So, right there, when you make sure that you don't use the bending aid to do a turn. Make sure that you ask with, yeah. So you bend and then you ask for the turn. And that you don't use the bending rein only, but open your outside rein. Yeah, instead of only pushing her sideways, pull her sideways with you. Yeah. It's a more positive thing. Come with me rather than go away from me. Do you see what I'm saying?
I do. I was kind of hung up on what Felice said about that they should move away from the rein when they have it on their neck.
Yeah, but not to the exclusion of the other one. I mean, in a way, if you think only that, with no contact in the other rein, then you're punishing them for something that we're not doing. Does that make sense? Okay, so they should move away from it, but if they're not, don't increase it. Make sure everything else is lined up. Okay? And everything is within reason. Good.
So
if you get resistance, okay, if you ask for something and you run into resistance, question yourself first instead of her attitude. So if you ask her, you bring that rein next to her neck and she doesn't move. Question first if all your aids are in alignment. In other words, there's contact in the outside rein. Because chances are she's going to move much more lightly when she feels a contact everywhere. And the other thing is sometimes when you're asking for more bend and you're using that bending rein to move her sideways. The other thing is this. Very often, get this on film because this is really, we all do this, every one of us. We go to bend, we raise this hand, we get the bend, and now we want to turn. We go like that. And that's backward, okay? And then we wonder, oh, they're not going. So, bend, think forward and turn. And then it's always light. And then you can go turn, turn, turn. Remember, on, off, on, release. Allow her to respond. But, I mean, this is something I see all the time. It's like that. No, no, no. There. Forward and sideways. Think of it like if I've got a tray of champagne and I'm walking up to somebody and I'm saying, here, have a glass of champagne. No, you can't. No, can't have it. Here, now how about you? You know, here. Okay. Off we go. We got that. Okay, good.
You want that on YouTube?
Think more generously. So go back, do that transition again. Walk.
So she gets all that stuff, and then it feels really soft, and then I ask her with my leg, and then she gives me that.
Okay, so bend her, put her on a small circle.
And shoulder it.
No, just put her on a small circle. So bend to the inside. Watch your inside hand doesn't come back at all. It's just, yeah, good. And circle, yeah. So she wants to fall in right now, doesn't she?
She sort of goes right. She's a little in, a little out.
Yeah, okay, so, so there now, she's balanced. Okay, so now soften your hand and ease her into trot. Hands forward. Hands really forward, so nothing is stopping her. And ease, no, not that she drops down. So ask a little sooner, as soon as you release the contact. Now. Okay, stop. That's okay. Back to walk. And ask again. Soft, get the balance.
Yeah, I'm looking to
Release. And trot. Yes, okay. Good. And then you can ask again for balance. Did you shorten your stirrups?
Yes.
Okay, good. So just like I was doing with Emma a minute ago, make sure you're not posting from your knee. Oh, go ahead. What I was going to have you do was get into a really coordinated use of your reins and your legs. So you ask with the shoulders, then the haunches. Shoulders, haunches, shoulders, haunches. So very light.
Yeah. I don't know.
So use a little more outside rein here for a second, away from her neck. Yeah, like that. So on the open part of the circle, Take the shoulders out, now the haunches. Shoulders, haunches, shoulders, haunches. So when you rise, you move the shoulders out lightly. Go ahead and let her do her snorting. When you rise, you take the shoulders out. And as much outside rein as inside rein. And as you sit, you lightly press with your inside leg. Don't let your pushing inside rein overpower your outside opening rein. Yeah. So think of your inside rein as more of a bending rein and less of a pushing rein. Good. Shoulders, haunches. Shoulders, haunches. One stride shoulders, one stride haunches, and a release in between the both. So we're not really going for shoulder in here. We're just going for a straight horse. Soften your inside rein. Yeah. Less pushing and more bending. Outside rein opening. Yeah. You can block with it in an open position. You don't have to bring it up to the neck to block with that outside rein. Yeah. 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 Outside rein, block, give. Inside leg, press, release. Good. Change rein across the diagonal. So here's a place where you can lift your inside hand forward toward her ear and then out. Yeah, both hands out. Yeah. So inside hand more forward. So there's no hint of it being backward at all. Yes. And release. Yes. And again, and release. Yeah, so one moment, get let go. And inside hand more forward, like toward her ear. If you have to shorten your rein, shorten it. But put it way forward. Yeah, and out, open your outside rein right there. Inside hand more forward, Rose. Yeah. You're going to see in the video how it wants to be back this way instead of up there. Yeah, now outside rein. Now, not shaking your outside rein, but guiding. Here's where you can use that, yeah. Inside hand forward, outside hand lightly pulling her sideways. It will also straighten the tilt in her head. Yeah, so outside rein doesn't need to be high. Outside rein needs to be...
But she's falling down when I go to the corner.
Okay, but right now what I'm just trying to get is that you're not pushing more with your inside rein. And there. She's falling down on which shoulder does she feel like? The inside, yeah. So don't lift the outside rein, lift the inside rein. Yeah. And now straighten her head with your outside rein, connecting, just opening. Yeah, so bend her by lifting your inside hand and guide her out with an opening outside rein. Yeah, better. But not it's just kind of a yeah. So shorten your outside rein. So your arm doesn't go so far forward. Keep your outside elbow bent. Yeah, now lift your inside hand up and toward her ear. Now open your outside rein and guide her sideways with it. Now use your inside leg. Oops, keep your inside hand up there. Outside rein, out. So that when you use your outside rein, it unbends her a little bit. Okay? Let it straighten her neck just a hair. But your inside hand is still forward. So on the open part of the circle, rather than pushing her out, now use your inside leg, lift her up with your inside rein, and out with your outside rein. There! Yes. And again, cut the corner. Now lift her up with your inside rein and out with your outside rein, and now drive with your inside leg. Out with the outside rein. So, yeah. So that it lessens the bend for a moment in that sideways motion. Otherwise, she's tilting her neck, twisting her. That's it right there. Do you feel that? Okay, good. Cut the corner again so you have more open